Alright, what is going on everyone? My name is Swag and welcome back to another Destiny style rant video. The last video I made got a lot of comments, likes and subs, so I want to thank you guys for the support so much. And I've read literally every single comment that came on that video, and I know you guys had so much to say that kind of aligns with what I said, but obviously I couldn't say literally every single point that Destiny 2's mistakes had and put it all in one video, because otherwise it would be literally like a 2-hour video and I won't want to bore you guys with that much length. So I just said things that were just off the top of my mind, and yeah, that was the video I released, and it got a lot of positive reception from that. So clearly you guys agree, and for this video, I figured I wanted to talk about the things that Destiny 1 did better than Destiny 2. Coming from someone, for context, who's played over 10 years, over a decade of Destiny content, all the way from the beginning of the beta to where we are now in 2026. And obviously I've got a lot of things on my mind about Destiny 1 and the things it brought and the things that really made some expansions, for example, like Taken King, really good. And the things that hopefully, if they are making a Destiny 3, what they can learn from this, and hopefully they can implement this sort of thing in the future. Now, I just want to state from the background already, they don't make these live action trailers like this anymore. I don't know what happened, but literally the live action trailer for Destiny 1 is peak. If you watch it, type in on YouTube, just Destiny 1 live action trailer, and have a look at all of them, because you will understand how peak those trailers were, especially back in 2014, 2015 time. They were hype, and they were so cool. But anyway, just as a side note, the live action trailers are pretty cool, but they don't make them anymore. They kind of make just gameplay trailers with voiceovers over them, but yeah, it would be nice to have more live action in them. Anyway, things that Destiny 1 did better than Destiny 2 in terms of design, features, stuff like that. Obviously, Destiny 1 is more focused on the gunplay. Now, it's up to you whether you want to decide if Destiny 1 is better than Destiny 2 in that sense, because Destiny 1 is more focused on shooting. You'll notice that the abilities are less detailed and there's sort of less build crafting, I'd say, in Destiny 1 than in Destiny 2, but that's because there's more focus on the gunplay, shooting your guns at enemies and bosses, rather than throwing a bunch of abilities out there. Whereas Destiny 2 is more focused on build crafting, spamming grenades and shit like that. Basically just making a really overpowered ability build with a high super, high grenade, melee, whatever you want. Weapons and shooting guns in Destiny 2, there's really not much to build into it, because weapons is kind of a pointless stat for the most sense, because it doesn't really do too much. Yes, it gives you a bit of bonus damage, but it's very minimal, so it doesn't really matter too much. You're more likely to focus on grenade build and stuff like that in Destiny 2, whereas in Destiny 1 you're more focused on shooting your guns. Now, that's up to you whether you decide whether or not that's better for you. I personally liked it. I like the ability of shooting my guns. Maybe it's because I've come back to Destiny 1, and in Destiny 2 it's kind of been a bit stale, just literally using the most overpowered shit possible and spamming the controversial hold grenades on Warlock. It's kind of lazy and it's kind of boring, but that's probably on me and the builds I choose. But after coming back into Destiny 1, there's a big difference, because there is a bigger focus on using weapons. Another thing that I personally think Destiny 1 did better than Destiny 2 is the strike-specific loot. Obviously, they sort of went in this direction in Destiny 2, but they kind of didn't, through their Nightfalls and Grandmaster Nightfalls, where you can get Adept loot to get things like, just for example, Palindrome, right? But there is a slight issue with that, and that's the fact that it's on a rotation, right? If, let's say, the week that Palindrome comes out, let's say I'm not able to play for that whole week, maybe I'm out on holiday or something like that, I've just missed my opportunity to get Palindrome, and now I have to wait a few months before I can get another rotation in. And say you consistently miss Palindrome over and over again, well, now they've brought in new loot, and now the old loot has been rotated out and you can't get it anymore. That was an issue that I sort of had with Destiny 2, is when I really wanted to get a certain gun, it was just really unlucky because I couldn't get the gun. Whether it was locked behind the DLC or something that I wasn't interested in getting, where the Grandmaster would be on, I just wouldn't be able to play because I didn't have the DLC, and I didn't really want to get the DLC because I wasn't interested in it. Whereas in Destiny 1, obviously, still locked behind DLC, but because it's strike specific loot, I would just have to play the strike and I would get the gun. It's pretty simple. If I didn't get the gun with the right rolls I wanted, well, actually no, Destiny 1 didn't really have rolls. You could do the weapon upgrade system. You could do the weapon upgrade system, but in terms of if you didn't get the gun, you just replay the strike and then you'll get the gun. That's how simple it was. And there were a few guns out there that were really nice to have and to grind for, and that's something that really made Destiny 1 unique, is you could actually grind the strikes out. In Destiny 2, there's not really a purpose for playing strikes so much anymore as well. Like, the strikes are really pointless in Destiny 2, especially with how there's nothing really to grind for, unless you do Grandmasters, which can give you the Adept weapons, and the Nightfall as well. But because of the tiered system, now the weapons are kind of useless because they're not tiered, so everything you've grinded for has kind of become useless anyway. That's something that Destiny 1 I feel like did better, was the fact that you can grind for strikes, get the weapons, get the strike specific loot, and play the content that way instead of not being able to do the strikes in Destiny 2. They kind of messed it up a bit, but that's just my take on it. Another big thing, and I think the most major thing that I think a lot of people who've played Destiny 1 will agree with me that Destiny 2 doesn't have, and that's factions. In year 1 of Destiny 2, they did have factions. They had something called Faction Wars, which was okay, but then they removed it. So that was not a good idea. But basically the point of factions was, in Destiny 1 you had 3 factions: New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, and Future War Cult, of which one you could pledge to any, depending. I just chose Dead Orbit for me because I like the black and white, and they kind of just off instinct I picked them. I thought they were cool. And basically you complete activities while pledging to your faction, and then you would get packages every time you rank up with them. And then when you claim those packages, you could get loot, like orb, motes of light, coins, and legendary armor, which looked pretty cool on some characters. And there was some gear, or like weapons and stuff, that were really good from these certain factions. If they were meta, you would really want to pledge to a certain faction and try and rank up as much as possible. They sort of went this route with Renegades, but obviously it's not the same as the D1 version, so it still wasn't able to really bring the players back to enjoy Renegades. But the factions were a big thing and a big part of Destiny 1, and that's sort of what made Destiny 1 enjoyable, was being able to pick your factions, pledge to them, and get loot from those factions. It was a simple concept, it was enjoyable, and they didn't decide to add this in the long term for Destiny 2. Another probably minor thing I'd say, but I don't know, something after coming back into Destiny 1, and by the way, Destiny 1 is capped at 30 frames per second, 30. Whereas on Destiny 2, you can obviously go to, depending on how high-end your PC or console is, like 240 frames, 120, whatever your setup has. For a game that's 30 FPS and that's come out in like 2014, it has surprisingly more, I don't want to say better graphics, but it like the colors just pop better. I'll show a side-by-side of something that looks similar. Yeah, in terms of like structure, because sometimes some of the Destiny 2 stuff has been reused from Destiny 1. Like, maybe throw a comparison in there, but just for comparison, I personally like the Destiny 1 color scheme and like the graphics better than Destiny 2, which is a weird thing. Like, the enemies for the Hive look much more terrifying. The Vex Minotaurs, when they chase you, are terrifying as hell, with like the dark colors and the red glowing eyes. Like, bro, the enemies are far more terrifying in Destiny 1 than they were in Destiny 2. Like, if you play the first, I think it was the second or third mission, when you first see the Hive on Earth, bro, that mission literally terrified the shit out of me when I first played it, and I was literally screaming because I was so scared of them. Like, the green menacing eyes the Acolytes have, the Thrall when they chase you when the sound plays, and the Minotaurs as well. Bro, the Minotaurs in D1 are scary as shit. When they make those like noises, it's terrifying, bro. So the enemies and I guess the graphics that really helps you be immersed in that sort of fight is something that really is standalone for Destiny 1, and I feel like Destiny 1 does it better than Destiny 2 in some regards to that sort of atmosphere and actually being a part of the fight that Destiny 2 doesn't really do too well. And I'm not as immersed into Destiny 2, but that's kind of my opinion on that. Another big thing that surprisingly Destiny 1 has a better thing than Destiny 2 is the tutorial. Oh my god, the structure of Destiny 2's tutorial or like new light stuff is horrible. I would literally struggle to explain anything to someone in Destiny 2, and I honestly don't know if I would recommend people to start up Destiny 2 as a fresh new account, because it's literally extremely confusing. And the fact that they added the portal also doesn't really help out, and they rely on you now using like a what's it called, it's like Bungie added this new light forum thing that you can click on and it gives you like information. That's just BS. That should be in your game, and you shouldn't need to have to make like a third-party website to guide new players into. I don't think even new players would even figure that out on which website that's on. That should be already in your game. Or something that I've had to do is guide my friends on and explain certain things to them in Destiny 2, because it's literally that confusing, and it's not well explained. In Destiny 1, they have the exact same tutorial, by the way. It all starts in the Cosmodrome. Before, Destiny 2 had the Red War campaign, which I think was supreme. Once again, they put it in the Destiny content vault and it's gone. The tutorial they had was gone, and then they replaced it with the Cosmodrome one, which is the Destiny 1 tutorial or campaign, and then they fucked it up somehow. So I don't know how the hell that happened, but there was that. So something that Destiny 1 did better in terms of that was it had a structured campaign, right? The vanilla campaign that they give you. And you start in the Cosmodrome, like you do in Destiny 2, and then once you finish that sort of intro tutorial, and this is something that I really prefer from Destiny 1, is you get to select your missions on the planet. It literally tells you where you need to go. It glows purple. It says, hey, select this mission or do this other mission if you want. Once you complete the mission, it will glow orange or something like that, and it will say it's completed. Then you move on to the next mission, and so forth. And then you follow along to each other planet and complete each mission, and it's done. That is how simple it is. In Destiny 2, it's so complex. You can do the portal if you want, but sometimes you have to follow the quests that you have to go to a different tab for, and then you track the thing, and then sometimes it doesn't even appear properly. And then, oh my god, do you hate it when like this pop-up appears and you literally can't get rid of it? Oh my god, that's so annoying. But I think Destiny 1 has a better like structured vanilla campaign that has a good tutorial. It's the same exact tutorial as Destiny 2's, but Destiny 2 managed to mess it up. If Destiny 2 kept the Red War campaign, I think that would be much better, because I feel like the Red War campaign is just it has a better intro. You're already set. I mean, it's not really a spoiler because the game technically has already come out, but they removed it. If you want to look at the Red War a bit more, look at some like trailers or some gameplay of it. But the intro to the Red War is you get attacked by the Cabal, and then your light is taken away from you, and now you have to survive by trying to find all the different people of the Vanguard and then regroup and assault the city and try and take it back. The plot of it was sick. I thought it was fine. Some people didn't like it. I didn't mind it. And I feel like the tutorial and everything back then just made more sense. Then they, for some reason, switched it to, well, I know the reason. They vaulted the Red War. They removed all the DLC, all the old DLCs, and they changed the tutorial to the same one that Destiny 1 had. But because Destiny 2 doesn't have the same mission selection or structure as Destiny 1 did, which was where you could select the planets, you could pick your mission that way, and it would literally tell you which mission you need to do. Destiny 2, sorry, does not do that. So that's why it fails to have the same structure as Destiny 1 did, because it doesn't have that destination mission select feature that Destiny 1 has, which is what made Destiny 1's tutorial and storyline, vanilla storyline, much better than Destiny 2's. Also, just throwing a new Guardian into Destiny 2 is kind of impossible because they're sort of at the end of the story and they have no idea what came before. If you're completely new to Destiny, good luck trying to figure out what the hell happened. You know what Destiny 1 allows you to do? You can play through the whole vanilla campaign, then you can play The Dark Below, then you can play House of Wolves, then you can play The Taken King, and then you can play Rise of Iron, and you will now know everything you need to know about Destiny 1. In Destiny 2, you miss a season, you're fucked. You missed Curse of Osiris, you missed Warmind, you missed the Red War. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that because it's gone. And it's funny, they promised the content vault wouldn't be a detriment to Destiny 2 in any way. And, well, that was a lie, because the Red War is completely gone. They stored it in the content vault, and they couldn't get it back. Then I don't think they lost their lawsuit, but there was a thing where someone had an issue with Destiny 2's Red War campaign, and they said they copied or stole it. And the thing is, I'm someone who's played it, and I can say with certainty that Bungie didn't steal anything, right? But the problem is, Bungie couldn't win that lawsuit because they couldn't get the Red War back out of their content vault. It literally disappeared, bro. And they had to settle. So it's funny, because they said the content vault wouldn't be a problem, and they didn't manage to win their lawsuit. So that was very funny to hear. And it just shows you the problem with Destiny 2's vault. It should never have existed in the first place. I'm kind of going off tangent here, but I need to just really drill to the fact that how stupid the content vault was. All the old DLCs gone, everything you paid for gone. If you paid for Curse of Osiris, Warmind, I don't think you can even do the Forsaken story because Tangled Shore is gone. It's honestly amazing. Oh yeah, all the OG raids in Destiny 2 have been vaulted as well. Leviathan raid, I think it was called the Leviathan. You couldn't do that, you couldn't do Eater of Worlds. None of that stuff exists anymore. And the thing is, Destiny 2 is like 200 gigabytes or some shit like that. It is so many gigabytes. Tell me how Warframe has literally kept all of its content and it's literally less gigabytes than Destiny 2. It's like 50 gigabytes to install Warframe. How is that possible? How is Warframe, that has way more content, less gigs than Destiny 2, which has been removing content and it's still like 200 gigabytes? Bungie, please fix your storage system because it's awful. I'm downloading 200 gigs worth of data and I can only play 100 gigs of it. Like, how does that make any sense? Make your thing a bit more efficient, please. But I think that's just some of the things off the top of my mind that I could explain as best as I possibly could. Obviously, I might not have said exactly everything that Destiny 1 has offered, that Destiny 2 has done worse at. So feel free to comment on that if you have any other ideas about Destiny 1 that it has done better than Destiny 2. These are just some of the things off the top of my head. And yeah, it's once again frustrating that we're at this point. And I am hoping that if they are making a D3, it needs to be Supreme. I know a lot of people would probably buy D3 as well, because I think people have just given up on D2 because of the story. But yeah, hopefully they do work. I think there is supposed to be some early works in D3. I believe if you look at like some Twitter leaks and stuff like that, you will see that it says that D3 is in extremely early development, but those are rumors, so it's not true or not false. We don't know, but they are rumored. Anyway, if you managed to stick through to the very end of the video, please like and sub. That would very much be appreciated. For all my veterans out there, stay strong. You're probably also playing a different game anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but please share your opinion if you are a veteran of Destiny, and just share some things you liked about Destiny that you hate, probably in D2. I know the content vault's going to be the biggest one out there, but yeah, that's been the video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.